The Yamaha RayZR is a slightly odd scooter. On the one hand, it looks very youthful thanks to its chunky panels and its futuristic design lines. On the other hand, when it comes to performance, scooters like the TVS NTorq will simply run the rings around it. Heck, even family scooters like the Access 125 have this beat when it comes to performance. And on the other hand, even when it comes to practicality, the RayZR is firmly in the middle of the order and doesn't really impress on that front. But for 2021, Yamaha has given the RayZR some updates and some more performance. Well, there are some new additions and one thing that is segment best, but we'll get to that in just a bit. So watch on. But before we go any further, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also click on that little bell icon because we've got plenty of two-wheeler videos coming your way and you don't want to miss out on any of those. So let's take a quick look at what new features are on this new RayZR. Firstly, it gets a new LED headlight, finally. This headlight does make the scooter look more modern and it's pretty bright too. But while the spread is decent, the throw at low beam is rather unsatisfactory on unlit roads. And then of course, it gets Bluetooth connectivity. But before you get excited, take a look at this. It's not using the fancy Y-Connect app that works with Yamaha's motorcycles such as the R15 or the FZ series. It's using the more basic Connect X app, which has sadly quite few features. Using the app, you can get your scooter's last park location, you can switch on the hazard lights, there's a Find My Scooter function that illuminates the indicators for 10 seconds, and an answer back feature which sounds the horn and blinks the indicators. But that's pretty much it. Of course, the biggest update to this RayZR, as the name suggests, is the new hybrid system. Now we have seen the system before on the Fasino Hybrid. How it works is basically it's got a starter motor generator, the thing that's responsible for all those silent starts, and this starter motor generator not only charges the scooter's battery but it also provides a little torque boost to the petrol motor. So while this RayZR makes the same power as the normal RayZR, it does get 0.6 Nm extra torque thanks to the boost given by that electric motor.
Let's go!
So does this extra torque actually make a difference in performance? Well, yes and no, because in our acceleration tests, this hybrid got from 0 to 60 about 0.2 seconds slower than the standard RayZR. And that's despite it being now 1 kilo lighter, making it the lightest scooter in the 125cc space. Where the torque boost does help though is in roll-on acceleration. In our test, from 20 to 50 kph, the hybrid was 0.2 seconds quicker than the standard bike. So which means overtaking in the city will definitely be a lot easier on the hybrid. As I mentioned before, this RayZR Hybrid managed to do one thing that was segment best, and that is fuel efficiency. We got over 70 kilometers per liter. That makes it more efficient than the Fasino Hybrid, which is already a very frugal scooter. Heck, that makes this the most efficient scooter that we have tested at ZigWheels so far. Now that we have covered the updates, the rest of the scooter stays pretty much identical to the standard RayZR. Now it is a fairly refined scooter for the most part, but from about 40 to 60 kph, you do get a bit of a buzz in the floorboard. It's not too annoying, but it's there. And speaking of the floorboard, while it's big enough to accommodate even larger feet, the odd shape of the apron means carrying large items here can be a bit of a squeeze. But the riding position itself, well, that's fairly comfortable. The seat height is quite accessible even for shorter riders, and even though the floorboard is set a little on the higher side, the bars are nice and tall, which means if you're taking U-turns, it won't foul with your knees. That said though, as we had mentioned in our first review, the sloping seat becomes a problem when you're braking hard as you tend to slide forward on it. And if you're heavy set like me, this seat can also cause a bit of a butt ache if you spend a little longer time in the saddle. But the pillion seat though, that actually is quite comfortable. And speaking of the seat, once you get under it, the 21 liters of underseat storage, although not great, is fairly adequate. The only problem here is that this controller for the hybrid system has been tacked on inside this boot with its cable running right through it. And my fear is that if you're carrying something heavy or sharp, it might actually damage this system. And then there's the handling, which feels quite nimble thanks to its ultra low curb weight of just 98 kilos. And the bike feels fairly stable in the corners as well. Braking isn't too bad either, and in fact this hybrid version managed to stop a little quicker than the street rally version we tested a little while ago. The only thing that we found a little bit lacking was feel at the lever. So there you have it, the Yamaha RayZR Hybrid, a middle of the order scooter which, thanks to all its updates, stays pretty much middle of the order. But for rupees 4,000 more than the standard RayZR, it does represent decent value for money. Of course, if you value performance on your scooter, then we'd still recommend the TVS NTorq for a little bit less. And if you value practicality, of course our recommendation would be the Suzuki Access 125. But if all you want from your scooter is funky looks and fantastic efficiency, it's difficult to do better than the RayZR Hybrid.